Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the DS Motors channel. Today's video, we're going to be ceramic coating the old 6.7 Powerstroke. So as far as ceramic coating a vehicle goes, I've ceramic coated probably like 3 or 4 vehicles in my day. And really the key things that you need to ceramic coat your vehicle, first of all, if you can, try and do it somewhere indoors or at least on a cloudy day. It ain't that sunny out today, so I'm gonna try and make it work outside here, and my truck's too big to fit in my garage. So if you're doing a truck, preferably you got a big garage to fit it in so it's out of the sun while you do all this. And if you got a car, just put it in a normal size garage if you have one of those. But anyway, really the only key things you need to ceramic coat your vehicle is a pressure washer and one of these foam cannons. Really, you don't even need one of these. It's just to make the vehicle, just to clean it really well. You're going to want to have a pressure washer clean your vehicle as good as possible. You're going to need a buffer like for polishing and getting all the scratches out of the vehicle as much as you can. Also going to need a clay bar kit, so just clay bar and like clay bar spray that comes with it. And besides that, there's a few sprays here and there along the way that I'll show you guys during the ceramic coat that you can use as well, and the actual ceramic coat itself. So you can get ceramic coats online for anywhere from freaking 30 bucks to hundreds of dollars. I've ceramic coated vehicles in the past with like $50 ceramic coat. It comes in like a container of like 1 vial. It's about like this big. So another cool thing about ceramic coating yourself is you just save some money. If you were to take it to a shop, depending on how old the vehicle is or how banged up the paint is, it could be, you know, thousands of dollars potentially. When I do it here, I'll try and I've added up the cost, so I'll try and put that in somewhere. But I'm probably doing this for, in material costs, probably around a couple hundred bucks to do the whole truck, which is, you know, you're saving a lot of money. There is a bit of a technique to it, but in my opinion, it's not that hard to learn. And when you do take it to a shop, they can make it last for, you know, it's probably, if it's done well, it can last for many years. The ceramic coats that I've done, I haven't really wanted to tell how long they've lasted, but I know at least I'm running a couple years on some and it's been working fine. So you still get that water shedding effect, and it still puts that protective like glass layer around the whole car. So that's all gonna get accomplished here today by doing it by yourself. One more thing with the ceramic coating. When you ceramic coat a vehicle, you're, like I said, putting that kind of glass layer over the entire car or truck. So the longest part and most time consuming part of the whole ceramic coating process is just getting it prepped to put that ceramic coat on. So you want the vehicle to be as pristine as possible before you cover it, right, in a layer that's going to be like a protective layer. So all the time comes from buffing all the scratches out as much as you can, and just cleaning up the truck and making it, you know, as close to factory paint wise as you can. So with that being said, the older vehicle you have or the more banged up vehicle you have, the more it's going to cost and the more time it's going to take to ceramic coat your car or truck. So right here I have this is my 2016 Powerstroke. Really the paint on it isn't that bad, so I shouldn't have to buff it as much as you would, you know, like an older vehicle, maybe from like 2010 or back, or anything really older than the 2016. But if your paint's in good shape, then the prep won't take that long either. Usually it takes me, I don't know, maybe 12 hours total to ceramic coat a normal size car. So for this thing, it's probably gonna take me a couple days. I'm gonna plan on doing the first few steps now and then finish it up throughout the week. All right, guys. I also made a little direction sheet for everything that has to happen during the ceramic coating process for you guys. So I'll probably plug that in the like description somewhere, or put a link in so you guys can see this. But it basically just walks you through step by step all the different steps in ceramic coating it. Another thing for you guys, if you have somebody that can help you, especially the bigger vehicle like this, it's gonna save you a ton of time. Just so you know, if you have somebody that can help, or you have somebody with an extra buffer, that'll help you a lot. But that's pretty much it for my spiel. Let's get started in the first few steps here, preparing the truck for the ceramic coat. All right guys, first step before we can get to anything is just prepping your materials. So I got the pressure washer out. I'm gonna go ahead and get the foam cannon ready to do the foam cannon on the truck first. So the reason you do the foam cannon first is so it's like contactless, like you don't touch it. You just spray it with the foam cannon. It'll release some of the stuff from the truck and then you spray it all off. That way you don't go on scrubbing it and scratch it, anything that's on it, so you don't scratch it into the paint more. So you do this first layer just to pull stuff off and rinse it off before you start scratching anything into the paint. So that's step one. To do one of these foam cannon things, so what you do is you take 2 ounces of your soap that you use. I did some research into what you're supposed to use for this stuff. Here's what I got. It's the Chemical Guys Honeydew. It got Snow Foam Auto Wash. You can really use anything for this, but there's certain soaps that make it foam more, and that will like bring more of the dirt and crap out of the paint. So this stuff's pretty good. I've seen it's pretty recommended everywhere. So anyway, you're gonna take 2 ounces of this and dump it in here. You can measure it if you want, but I kind of know how much you need. So, and overdoing it a little ain't gonna hurt nothing. So there's about you got 2 ounces, then you're gonna go ahead and fill this up about halfway. If you have one of these Tri-Nova ones, it's about to like right about where that N is there. All right, so I got it about halfway. I'm gonna tighten on the nozzle and then give it a little bit of a shake. Just flip it around a few times to mix in that soap. And then this is now prepped and ready to go. So another thing you gotta get ready before you go in here is the buckets for actually washing. So ideally, you got 3 buckets. One for the soap, one for rinsing, and then one for just wheels by itself, right? It's so you don't get dirt intermixed into the soap that you're using to scrub the vehicle. Like I said, you're trying to avoid scratches as much as you can here. That's why I use 3 buckets. I don't have 3, so I'm just gonna wait till the end and use my soap bucket that I use on the truck for the wheels. I'll probably just wash it out and use it again. But if you can, use 3. But if you're like me, you got 2. If you at least got 2, you're in the clear. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put about, I don't know, 2 to 4 ounces of the same soap in a bucket, fill it up, and then just fill the other bucket up with just straight water. Okay, so here are my prep materials. Bucket of soap, bucket of water for rinsing, and got my foam can ready to go. First step is the pre-wash. So that's using, first of all, I'm gonna spray the whole truck off just with the power washer, and then I'm going to hit it with the foam cannon. One other note before you start ceramic coating your car or truck. Take off anything that's gonna be covering the paint that you're trying to ceramic coat. This thing was on the front, on the lower, by the tow hooks area. I took it off so that I could get under there and get to that paint right where this is covering. And also I'm probably just gonna leave this off anyway. So remember to take stuff off of your car or truck. That's gonna be in the way of the paint. Okay, after you did your rinse, you're gonna go ahead and hook up your foam cannon to your spray gun and go ahead and hit it with the foam cannon. Okay, after you hit it with the foam cannon, you let it sit for a couple minutes, let it drip off. Go ahead and give it a quick spray off with the power washer. Once you spray it all off, time to do like a normal car wash. I recommend using one of these microfiber mitt things, kind of keep scratching to a minimum, and just do a good job. So go ahead and just wash your whole truck or car top to bottom. Okay, I washed the whole car, or truck rather, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the wheels. I'm gonna spray it with this Meguiar's wheel cleaner. So I'm gonna spray it up real quick, let it sit there, let it pull off some of the dirt and whatnot, and then I'm just gonna wash it normally, spray it off, and it'll be good to go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and scrub the wheels now. I'm grabbing a different mitt to do the wheels, just so I don't get dirt from the wheels on the good mitt that I use. Just gonna clean it the same way. You're gonna use the same buckets. Should be fine. Okay, I went around and finished spraying off the wheels. Also cleaned the running boards real quick and went ahead and cleaned off the exhaust tip. So now the truck is done with the cleaning phase. I'm going ahead and start doing some spraying details on it. But first, I'm going to clean this stuff up and park the truck under some shade, and I'll get going with the details. Okay, now that the car is washed, I'm going to hit it with a few different sprays here. I'm going to hit it with this bug and tar remover. So pretty much going to be more on the front end, probably the mirrors of the truck, anywhere where bugs are going to hit, off the back too, where it's going to be getting stuff flung on it from the road. So anywhere low really on the truck, I'm going to hit with this and just spray it, hit it with microfiber towel, wipe it off, let it sit for a little bit. I'll show you how it's done. But anyway, the other thing I'm gonna hit it with is this here iron remover. This stuff kind of takes care of if you have any sort of oxidation or rust sitting on the paint of your vehicle, and you'll be surprised actually what you'll get to come off with this stuff. But I'd also hit it with any obvious, if you have any sort of rust spots, I would want to get the rust taken out before you put on a ceramic coat. But if you have anything, I know I got a few on the truck, I'm gonna hit it with this stuff while I'm prepping it still. So anyway, I'll show you guys what I do with these sprays. Okay guys, got my bug and tar remover here. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. Just wash the truck, but you can still see there's a bug spot there. It's probably gonna be some all over the bumper. One there, little bug spot there. You'll find them pretty much all over the front of the truck here, as well with the mirrors. There'll be some, and down low. So this stuff kind of makes like a foam on it. Just foams up, and I'll let it sit there, a minute or two, and I'll come back through with a microfiber towel and wipe it off. All right, got my iron remover here. I'm gonna spray some of those spots I was talking about earlier. I just took that little grill cover off, so there's a little bit of rust all in here, I see. I'm just gonna spray. I got a rust spot right there, which is unfortunate, but my whole bumper is pretty liable to having some rust spots on it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do a light spray on everything here. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit down towards the cab corners, sort of there, and I'll hit around the wells here, back here, anywhere where you think there might be chipping in the paint. Spray with the rust stuff. Okay, after you sprayed your iron remover on, you can see it kind of turns a purplish color when it starts taking rust off. You can see it there a little bit. There's the rust spot there. So anyway, after you let this stuff sit for about a minute or two, I'm just using the same rag I use for my tar stuff. Just go ahead and wipe it off. And those rust spots should look a little less orange and kind of like just metal color. There's some of the purple I was talking about, the rust coming off. All right, everybody, next step is to clay bar the whole vehicle. So what you'll need for that is the clay bar material itself. You'll need clay lube, which I bought in a big pack like this, and then you can just put it in a spray bottle, and you just need a microfiber towel. So you don't really need that much. You can get the whole kit at Walmart or something for pretty cheap. So all you do for the clay barring is you want to use a spray and spray up the area with a lot of this liquid here. And then all you're gonna do is take your clay bar, you're gonna go back and forth and even up and down, just sectioning off panels of your vehicle, doing it panel by panel. And you'll notice that it'll pick up little fragments there. See the little black lines and everything? That's it actually picking it up off of the vehicle. It's just what's ever left over after you wash it and after you do your sprays that we did earlier. And when you're done, you'll be able to feel it's very smooth, because that's pretty much taken off the last of any of the dirt or grime or anything on there. Then when you're done with the whole panel, you just grab your microfiber towel, wipe it off, dry it off, and you're left with your clay barred paint. And now we're ready for the polishing. Okay, so after you do the clay bar, now is a good time to kind of inspect your paint. Grab a light and go ahead and shine it on it. If you see any sort of sparkling or so, those are scratches. A little bit of scratches here and there, right there especially. You can see there's a lot of scratches there, kind of near the handle. So that's what you're looking for. But like out towards here, not too bad. So you're finding the areas you're gonna target with the polisher, and kind of figuring out where you really gotta focus when you're doing your buffing and everything. All right, I'm gonna do a quick lesson on buffing, polishing your paint on your car truck. So you're gonna get your buffer polisher. I got this one here, it's a Torque. I'm not sure the stats on it, I'll put a link for it in the description. I know it's probably like 100 or 200 bucks or so. It's been pretty good though. I've been using it on these few vehicles and it's been doing me good, so using that. So I got there's different types of pads you can get. This is like a sort of coarse one for taking out scratches, and then you can also get different compounds based on how aggressive you want to take scratches out. Mine really does, like I said, doesn't have too many bad scratches on it. If you had a car or truck with bad scratches, you're gonna use something more aggressive so you can get the scratches out faster, and then use a lighter polish. I just have this, it's just like a cutting polish. So anyway, the way you do this is just put on dabs of your compound onto your pad. You're gonna go ahead, turn your speed setting down. You're gonna just tap on the compound, just covering about a 3x2 foot area-ish. From there, you're gonna turn your buffer on low. You're gonna watch me spread it around. I'm gonna move it, spread it around my area really quick, and then I'm gonna crank up the speed and then do some passes going horizontally and vertically to cover that area. So here we go. All right, so once you're done with your area, you're gonna grab a microfiber towel and you're gonna go ahead and rub off any of the compound that was left over from your pad there. Just like that. Look at that, it's like a mirror. So that'll take out most of your scratches, and this is a big time consuming process if you have a lot of scratches, because you'll have to just keep going over and over and over and over on the same spots to get scratches out. It'll work, just takes a while. So anyway, that's what we're looking like. Nice and shiny. Probably check the whole vehicle for scratches too after you buff the whole thing, and probably gonna go over some areas a few more times just to take scratches out in certain places. But that's the gist of it. Go ahead and buff your entire vehicle, and then we'll be good to move on to the actual ceramic coat part. Okay, one more step before the ceramic coat. We're gonna spray the whole truck with this pink prep spray. So what this does is this takes the oil and residue left over from the compound and kind of cleans it off of the vehicle after you do your buffing and polishing. So go ahead and spray the whole truck down, wipe it off with a microfiber towel, and gives the truck a nice shine and just removes all of that residue, so you're left with clean paint ready for the ceramic coat. Okay guys, so after you get your IPA spray on, which is that pink spray, it's all buffed, it's all good, the truck or car is finally ready for the ceramic coat. So I have this ceramic coat here. It's Armor Shield 9 by Avalon King, I believe is the brand. Anyway, I hear good things about this. I haven't actually used one, this exact one yet, but I've used similar ones and they all work the same way. So anyway, you take it out of the pack here. You got that vial I was talking about. That's what the ceramic coat liquid is in. So I'm gonna take that out. This is what it looks like. Cool little bottle. It comes with this. This is like the applicator that you use to put it on the vehicle. Comes with the microfiber towel that you use. So once you put it on, the material will flash and it'll kind of like turn like an oil slick color, and then you wipe it off with the towel. And you're also given one of these cloths that you put around this applicator little stick here. I'll show you guys how it's done. So I'm going to take one of these out. I'm going to wrap it around my applicator here. They give you a little card, the whole kit, and then you slide it into this here, into the side of this thing. Other ones don't really have this. It's kind of nice that this brand gives you this little way to slide in. That way you don't have to hold it there, the cloth, the whole time during your application. Okay, boom. So we're set up here. We're ready for the actual ceramic coat to go on the applicator. All right guys, I'm gonna show you how this section's done, and then you can apply it to the rest of the vehicle, okay? So what you're gonna wanna do is apply it to a 2x2 foot section. This is a little small. I'll probably just extend to the left and right here. But you're gonna take your vial, open it up. There's a little tab up here. Flip that. It'll show you a little dropper. I'm gonna take the front of my pad. I'm gonna douse it. See if you guys see it. Douse it with this liquid. Pretty good all over it. I'm gonna close this back up. Put it somewhere safe. And I'm gonna take my little applicator and I'm gonna push it and drag it across. I don't know if you guys can see the color change, but it looks like it puts like a layer on it. I'm gonna go horizontal and diagonal. Sorry, horizontal and vertical. Just gonna get this section like this. Try and extend it a little bit. Go right even on top of my emblem here. Boom, like that. And then you can kind of see, you can see in how it's distorted. It's kind of turning that oil slick color. So now, gonna give it a second. Let it kind of treat. Let some air get on it. In the directions it says about 20 to 30 seconds. So I'm gonna give it a second here. Okay, seems about ready. And I'm gonna take a cloth they supplied for you, and I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe it into the paint. And it kind of takes that oil slick color away and just leaves it looking like glass essentially. I'm gonna rub all the parts that I just did. So as you can tell, it leaves it with a nice, really shiny coat. You can even see the difference from here to here, which hasn't been ceramic coated yet. So this is the process that you're gonna go ahead and do for your entire vehicle. Just be tedious with it. Take your time. Make sure you hit every spot on the vehicle, get that nice glass coat all the way around it. You can hit your headlights, you can hit your tail lights with it, your emblems like I just did. And that's it. That's the process you do for the whole vehicle. So go ahead and do it. Okay, the last step for the ceramic coat is you're gonna use a sealer, like ceramic silica spray, they say, that kind of like sets in the ceramic coat, gives you just one more extra kind of layer on top. I use this stuff. It's pretty expensive, but I mean, it does a good job. It has an even glossier layer on, so just all you do, spray it on, and then wipe it off with a microfiber towel. Do that for the whole truck.